Hello students, so we go on with another video now on irrational numbers today. We already know what are irrational numbers. The irrational numbers are the numbers which have a decimal representation of the form non-terminating, non-reoccurring. We have discussed this in the first video. And we know that specifically the square roots of all primes are irrational numbers. But how do we prove them theoretically? So here how we prove them. The first one I have taken is root 5 is an irrational number. The proof is exactly same whether it's root 2 or root 3. So there is no difference at all. It's just you have to change this number numerically. So we prove this by contradiction. What is contradiction? Contradiction is a method that we assume that, say root 5 is a rational number. Let root 5 is a rational number. Okay, and in the end we will prove that we have reached a conclusion which is impossible. So that's why our assumption is wrong. Whatever we're supposed to start with, that root 5 is a rational number, is wrong. So ultimately root 5 is an irrational number. This is the method we follow. So let root 5 is a rational number. So this implies root 5 should be equal to p by q, where p and q are co-primes and q should not be equal to 0. This is the basic definition of any rational number. Okay, if it should be written in the form of p by q, where the denominator should not be 0. So we take it further. I write it as root 5q is equal to p, squaring both the sides. So that will imply, this implies that 5q square is equal to p square. This implies that 5 is there in the prime factorization of p square. If 5 is there in the prime factorization of p square, it should imply that 5 is there in the prime factorization of p also, because we know that for p, from going p to p square, we are just squaring the factors. The factors are same. So if p is a factor of p, if 5 is a factor of p square, then 5 is a factor of p also. Okay, this implies, I'll write once again, 5 is a factor of p. Okay, let me mark this as, say, number 1. Okay, we'll be needing this. So now if 5 is a factor of p, this implies I should be able to write p as should be equal to sum 5 into sum r. I can substitute that back. Okay, so let this be number 2. Okay, and let me mark this also. Let me mark this as, say, equation A, because 1 2 3 I have already taken. So from A and 2 I will get that 5q square is equal to 5r whole square. This implies q square is equal to 25r square. This implies q square is equal to, if I cancel this 5 on both the sides, 5r square. So what do I get now? I get, this implies again the same thing, that 5 is a factor of q square. This implies 5 is a factor of q also. So if I mark this as 3 now, so from, if we look at this one, the previous step we marked as 1 and now I have another one 3. So from 1 and 3, I get 5 is a factor of p as well as q. This implies 5 is a common factor. is a common factor of P and Q. This implies P and Q are not co-prime. You understand what co-prime is? Co-prime numbers are the numbers which do not have any common factors. Okay, so this implies P and Q are not co-prime because they have a common factor 5. This implies we reach a contradiction. We started with P and Q as co-primes. So now we are now at a step where we can say that 5 is a common factor. So we reach a contradiction. This implies contradiction. So this implies our assumption is wrong and which further specifies that this implies root 5 is an irrational number. Okay, another one which can be asked is the second question based on the same topic can be now prove 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. Now beta, we already know this question we are doing considering that root 5 is already irrational. In the exam, if it asked as an independent question, you have to first prove root 5 as an irrational number, or usually it is given that given root 5 is irrational, then prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is an irrational. So right now we have just proved it. So I will take root 5 as an irrational number. To take this one, again we follow the same thing, the contradiction method. Let 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. So again we adopt the same thing. This implies 3 plus 2 root 5 should be equal to sum A upon B, where A and B are co-primes and B is not equal to 0. That is the definition of a rational number. Now I will slowly make root 5 as the subject here. So 2 root 5 is equal to A by B minus 3, and this further implies that root 5 is equal to A by 2B minus 3 by 2. Now on the right hand side is a rational number. It's a rational number because you are operating only on rationals. A, B you assumed to be rationals, and rest 3, 2 all are rationals only. So right hand side gives us a rational number without a doubt. But we have just proved that root 5 is irrational. So a rational number cannot be equal to an irrational number. A rational number cannot be equal to an irrational number. So this implies we reach a contradiction again. This implies we reach a contradiction again. All these questions are done like this only, beta. Reach a contradiction. This implies that 3 plus 2 root 5 is an irrational number. Another one on the same concept, the third question can be prove that root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. So this implies you have to prove this time the sum of two irrationals is irrational, which is possible at times but not right now, because we can see root 3 and root 5 are not cancelable. So this has to be an irrational number, but we have to prove it theoretically. So I start again by contradiction. Let root 3 plus root 5 is equal to sum A, which is rational. Okay, This implies root 5 is equal to a minus root 3. Okay, now squaring both the sides. So we will get root 5 square is 5 and a minus root 3 whole square. We would have taken root 5 that side, so in that case you will get the final answer in root 5 only. We have just proved that to be irrational, but we know root 3 is also irrational with the same theoretical proof. Okay, so now if I open the whole square, it's a square plus 3 minus 2a root 3. So ultimately, if I make root 3 as the subject slowly, so I'll get 2a root 3 is equal to a square plus 3 minus 5. So root 3 is equal to a square minus 2 upon 2a. Right? So now the expression on the right hand side again we can see is clearly a rational number, but left hand side being the square root of a prime number, it is irrational. So again this implies we reach a contradiction, and this implies we reach a contradiction again. A rational number cannot be equal to an irrational number, so our assumption is wrong, and prediction, this implies root 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number.